This Sunday wrapped up the second round of group stage games, and it ended with a major stunner. Defending champions Algeria were defeated 1-0 by Equatorial Guinea. Algerian fans twice had false hope after goals in the first and second half were ruled out as offsides. The shock goal from Equatorial Guinea came in the 70th minute from Esteban Obiang. Well, for some analysis on the game, we can cross to Douala and speak to our sports editor, Simon Harding. Simon, before this game, Algeria had been undefeated for 35 games. What happened to this team?
Well, Alison, I think only head coach Jamel Belmadi has the answer to that question, and even he might not be able to provide the right kind of conclusions because, as you mentioned, it is a monumental upset here at the Africa Cup of Nations. One of the biggest upsets we've seen in recent history in the competition, as Equatorial Guinea, ranked 114th in the world, beat Algeria. Now, the bigger problem for Algeria is that the players seem completely lost. We saw them in the mix zone after the game, the players refusing to talk to the press, heckled almost by Algerian journalists, and refusing to talk to us altogether. They said that a declaration would come forth later in the evening. But for the second time in the tournament, and for the first time since they started that 35-game unbeaten streak, Algeria failed to score in back-to-back matches in a competitive game. Very difficult circumstances. Once again, they were denied by a heroic, brave Equatorial Guinea team, La Roja Africana, the Reds of Africa, of course, the Reds, the Spanish national team, really playing to their full potential with heart, with bravery, and of course a stellar performance also by the goalkeeper, Oworo, who was simply sensational, denying Riyad Mahrez, denying Belaili multiple times. Algeria now, Alison, very sticky position. They are facing exit from the group stages, which would be a cataclysmic failure for the Desert Foxes if, and the only way that they can qualify now is by beating the Ivory Coast in their final group stage match.
It is really tough luck for Algeria, but as you said, Simon, this is a huge win for Equatorial Guinea. They're ranked just 114th in the entire world.
Absolutely, it's sensational, and if you look at the reactions of the players at the end of the game, Alison, you could see exactly how much it meant to them. All of them fell to the ground, ran around with the last energy that they had to hug each other, to fall in each other's arms, and then almost immediately went to celebrate with their fans. We were in the press box, and the Equatorial Guinea journalist exploded, the commentator for the national television, almost doing jumps in the air in the box, everyone celebrating, hugging each other. You could see what it meant to the country. Now, of course, Equatorial Guinea does have a relatively impressive past in the competition for a team of the size of Equatorial Guinea. They reached the quarterfinals, and they also reached the semi-finals in 2015. So it is a team that has a certain experience at this level, but for most of these players who play in the lower divisions in Spain, it is and remains a monumental achievement. Playing against the likes of Riyad Mahrez, one of the biggest stars of the Premier League, playing against Benasser, against Belaili, it is simply sensational and a well-deserved victory after a tight loss against the Ivory Coast. And now just a point, but even just this win could be enough for them to go through to the last 16.